It's very twisty. Hey, I'm Amy, and welcome back. Detective Pikachu is finally here. I have been so excited for this ever since I saw the first trailer. If you haven't seen my trailer reaction to that, I definitely recommend checking it out because it's probably one of my favorite trailer reactions I've ever done, because I don't think I've ever been that excited about a movie in a trailer reaction ever. So yeah, that's where we are going into this. I also grew up, it's probably been maybe, I want to say like 15 years since I've really been into Pokemon, but I grew up with it. I played a couple of the Game Boy games, Silver and the trading card game. I think there was one more that I played, but I can't remember which one it is. And then I also collected Pokemon cards a long time ago, and I used to actually play, not competitively or very well, but a bunch of friends and I would play during recess at school. So I was very excited for this. I've always loved Pikachu. He is my favorite of the Pokemon, besides maybe Meowth, but that's because Meowth is a cat, and I love cats, so no big surprise there. But let's just get, started on this review, because I got a lot to talk about. Actually, not really, because as you can probably guess, this is going to be a very quick review, and the same sentiments that I've been seeing from everybody else who has talked about this movie so far. It's that they really like this movie. I mean, there are some things where I was like, okay, the acting is a little awkward and weird, especially from one specific character. I won't tell you which one because I don't want it to skew the way you see the character, because I really did like this character in general. And no, it's not Justice Smith's character. He actually is really great. He is a lot better than the character he was in Jurassic World 2, because I really didn't like his character in that. He was a screamy boy. And this one, it was so much better. He was not as screamy. And Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu is so great. It's so cute. And that's really what drew me to this, is Ryan Reynolds was Detective Pikachu. But besides the human acting in this, the real stars of the show were the CG department with the Pokemon and basically the world building. There is a lot of CG world in this. Some of it is practical. A lot of it looks like it is set in London, because there is a bunch of, it's driven on from America. I am an American. I live in the United States. So the driving in the UK is on the opposite side of the road. And there's a lot of driving, not a lot, but there's a couple driving scenes where they are on the other side of the road. And I can tell from a couple of scenes where there's lanes, their lane dividers, and the way they do their lines on the road is different. And it's, from what I've seen in movies, they do have a very different style of lines on their streets. It's kind of like a zigzaggy pattern, and that was very noticeable. And there's also a couple iconic buildings that they show towards the climactic scene, or during the climactic scene towards the end, that are very London-esque. So it looks like it is set in London, but it's like a mix of London and Japan, which is kind of cool. So it's like London and Tokyo mixed together, kind of like San Francisco and Big Hero 6, which was really cool. I really love that in that movie. Whew, long-winded a long-winded sidetrack just for me to say I really, really loved the design of all the Pokemon. I said this, I believe, in my trailer reaction. The Pokemon in this look amazing. They look stellar. They look like you would think they would look in real life. Now, I don't know if we will get a sequel to this. It didn't lend itself to having a sequel, but I would not be mad if we did. I'm okay, perfectly fine if they leave it where it is and we don't have a sequel. But if they want to keep doing more with this, I will be totally and completely there for it. Although, okay, never mind, that's a spoiler. I was gonna say something really spoilery about that. But let's get to a couple of the other things about this movie besides just how dang cute the Pokemon are and how realistic they look. And I guess I want to go a little bit more on the world building, but the world building, not only does it look like, it looks really great and the Pokemon look really great, but the way that they integrate the Pokemon into the world, it definitely feels like this is what animals would look like, because they don't really have any other animals besides the Pokemon. So it's like Pidgeotto is a bird. Yeah, of course. So all of the bird type Pokemon, flying type Pokemon. I forget. There are so many new iterations and I can't remember. All of the bird-esque Pokemon are birds. And then all of the water type Pokemon are amphibious creatures, which you would expect if you watched any of the Pokemon shows or played any of the Pokemon games. It's a very great integration of real life and the Pokemon world, and I really want to live there because I want a Meowth, even though they didn't show Meowth. Ooh, maybe the second Detective Pokemon will have Team Rocket, and he'll meet up with Ash and Brock and Misty. Hey, get on that. Get on that Legendary and Warner Brothers. And finally, the one thing that really it wasn't my favorite about this is there is a lot of heavy exposition, especially towards the beginning. There's just like this huge exposition drop of the backstory of all of this that really, really lends itself to who you would think the bad guy is going to be. And I will say that there are a couple twists with the bad guy, and while they are twists, I wouldn't say that they are surprising twists. You can definitely see it coming when it happens, but you're still kind of surprised. I was surprised mostly because I was just like so taken in with the cuteness of it all and the story and just kind of trying to figure out along with Tim and Pikachu and Lucy and Psyduck really the whole mystery behind it all, even though it is a little predictable, but it's still very cute and very fun. And finally, I think that's probably the second time I've said finally, there is some little things that they've dropped along the way. Oh, what are those fingers? There's a couple things that they dropped just along the way, randomly in the background. Oh, and there's a plane. I forgot to shut my window. Whoops. Oh well, I'm just gonna keep talking over it. There's a lot of little not Easter eggs, but there's a lot of different things that they drop in along the way that they pick back up and play with later on, and I thought that was really great. It's things that are in the background that you wouldn't necessarily think about or even notice, and I really liked that. It was really cool and definitely a great bit of filmmaking. And there's also some really great, speaking of Easter eggs, there are also some really great little Easter eggs that harken back to old Pokemon stuff, like, spoiler alert, the apartment that Justice Smith's character Tim, his dad, lives in is called Oak, like Professor Oak, and that's really the only one I can think of off the top of my head because I didn't write any down. I definitely had a lot of fun with this movie. I don't know how often I would rewatch it. So for my rewatch score, I would probably give it a red. I would probably give this a Netflix. Yeah. I don't know if I would like rent it. I would just probably pull it up on Netflix. But if I were to give it a number score, it would probably be like 4 out of 5, 4.5. It was a lot of fun and very, very cute. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Detective Pikachu. Were you excited for this and did it live up to your expectations? And for the no context comment, let me know your favorite Pokemon. Do not even say my favorite Pokemon is. Just write the name of your favorite Pokemon in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really, truly do appreciate every single one of you. Let me know who you are in the comments down below, and let's be friends. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I love talking all things movies, TV shows, filmmaking, mystery, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye!